We know that this whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin. That's been clear for well over a year now that they've been pushing this false narrative about the vice president and his son.
I held a top secret clearance from the NSA and the DOE. I served this country for 4 years in one of the most elite environments in the world. And to have a congressman out there speaking about Russian disinformation, or Joe Biden at a public debate referencing Russian disinformation when he knows he sat face to face with me, to say that and associate that with my name is absolutely disgusting to me.
Well, you can imagine how you feel if you serve the military and you're an outstanding American whose self-made success story and then been called out like that and smeared like that. Texas GOP Congressman Dan Crenshaw, a member of the House Homeland Security Committee, is here to talk about everything. But first off, Tony Bobulinski, a guy who serves in the military, now labeled by Congressman Schiff as a Russian agent. What's your reaction to that?
Well, hey, thanks for having me on. This is pretty typical of Adam Schiff. He uses his position as head of the Intel Committee to spread lies. He's been doing it for a long time. We're all used to it, and I apologize to Tony Bobulinski for having to deal with it now. This is what Democrats do. Notice this, right? Anytime there's a narrative that they don't like, there's a set of facts that they don't like, they just claim that it's been debunked. They claim that it's Russian disinformation. Nothing to see here, no questions to answer. Here's the bottom line, and we need to explain and summarize what's going on here. But the bottom line is there's a possibility that Joe Biden is actually compromised by the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, here's why. We know for a fact, this is undisputed, that Hunter Biden has gone around the world getting sweetheart deals because of his family's name. Now, the question has been, has Joe Biden also benefited from that? So now, from Tony Bobulinski's testimony and from the emails that he's presented from this laptop, it shows that Joe Biden possibly did get a 10% stake in this deal. He was labeled as the big guy, and Tony Bobulinski says there's no doubt in his mind that the big guy is him. So this raises some pretty serious questions that the Bidens have to answer. Is he the big guy? Are the emails real? Did he meet with Tony Bobulinski? Right. These should be very simple questions. And when asked, they say, oh, those questions have been answered. No, they haven't. The American people deserve to know this. We're about to have an election and potentially elect a president that's compromised by the Chinese Communist Party, because this energy company has direct ties to the Communist Party.
Yeah, indeed. Well, let's see if anybody is able to get close enough to Joe Biden to ask him those questions between now and Tuesday, although so far not so good. Dan, we've got a soundbite from the Thursday debate with Joe Biden. And when Joe Biden said this, people all over the oil belt said, what did he just say? Listen to the former vice president at the debate versus Donald Trump.
I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I would
that's
transition
a big statement.
because it has to be replaced by renewable energy over time. And I'd stop giving to the oil industry, I'd stop giving them federal subsidies.
Will you remember that, Texas?
Well, and now you've put together an ad with oil workers. Watch this, folks.
If Democrats destroy the oil and gas industry, I won't have a way to
feed my family, pay my bills, or make a living. I'm an oil and gas worker.
Please don't take my job away.
It's pretty simple. Don't take my job away. Don't transition me to unemployment.
And that's exactly what a vote for Democrats is, and that's what this ad is about. We have over 250,000 workers here in Houston that are begging Democrats stop threatening their job. There's millions throughout Texas. There's even more millions throughout the country. All right, and what does this mean? What does an attack on our energy sector mean for America? It's not just the loss of millions of jobs. It's higher electricity prices. It's rolling blackouts. Just look to California. This is what happens. And you know what else? It's higher global emissions. You know why? Because as it turns out, energy demand throughout the world will increase by 25–30% over the next couple decades. So who's going to provide that energy? It's going to end up being Russia, Saudi Arabia, Iran. Russian natural gas has 47% higher emissions than U.S. natural gas. So Democrats want to destroy U.S. natural gas, prevent us from exporting cleaner natural gas to the world, which, by the way, is responsible for reducing emissions in the U.S. down to 1990 levels. So you're going to have, under Democrats' Green New Deal, you're actually going to get higher global emissions. This is how crazy their plan is. Destroy American jobs, destroy the American energy sector, destroy our American energy independence, and it's bad for the environment. You can't vote for these people. I mean, their plans are so awful and so bad for Texas and for our economy and for the world.
Yeah, you heard him say, I'm going to get rid of this industry. People are going to be out of work. How are they going to pay their bills? What would you do without your job? I mean, I'd have to move back home with my parents. It doesn't even make sense why a candidate would go up there and say that, because all these people now are probably not going to vote for him as a result. Now, Nancy Pelosi's talking about, first of all, Nancy Pelosi not passing relief money for these people who are out of work. And also, she wants to take court packing a step further. Listen to this.
Should we expand the court? Well, let's take a look and see.
Right.
But and that relates to the 9 district courts. Maybe we need more district courts as well.
Dan, what's your response to that?
You know, it's mind-blowing. I hope the American people are paying attention. I mean, let's take a step back here. What are they really saying? They're saying if we get the Senate and the presidency and the House, it's not enough power for us. We need more power. We need more court packing. That's an insane thing to say. So all those radical policies, destroying our energy sector, raising your taxes, opening up our borders, opening up to China more, allowing them to walk all over us, all of those radical policies, they have to implement them somehow. And so how do they implement them? Well, they need more power. They need to pack the courts. They need to fundamentally change the institutions of our republic. And let's not forget, these people have a fundamentally different view of why a court even exists. See, conservatives understand that a court exists to interpret the law as it is written. Amy Coney Barrett had to remind all of us of that. That's a very important and quite simple role of the judiciary. The Democrats don't believe that. They believe that the judiciary is there to act as an additional legislature, to implement their outcomes that they like the most. That's what they're doing. That's why they want to pack the courts. It's a very scary thing. They want to completely remodel our institutions just to implement their radical agenda. And I'm begging Americans, you have to notice what's going on. You have to see this for what it is. It's a power grab that is unprecedented in history, and we can't give it to them.
Right, it's there in the platform for the DNC, and it's there when Ilhan Omar talks to Axios. That is the policy. Thanks so much, Congressman Dan Crenshaw. Best of luck in your race too.